it's Tuesday right now. And you know what we do on Tuesdays? We watch TV on Tuesdays. We're watching the X-Files right now. We're continuing with the X-Files right now. We're season 4 right now, starting with episode 1 to episode 3. Episode 1 is called Herrenvolk. Did I get that right? Herrenvolk. Close enough. Anyway, that's where we at right now. I'm watching it on Disney Plus. If you've got Disney Plus, if you've got it on DVD, if you've got it on Blu-ray, if you've got it on VHS, so anywhere you got it, get it ready on 0. I'll let you know when to press play. But if you don't got it, if you don't want to get it, it's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. But for now, let me switch over to this screen and just chat to y'all for a little bit. Right, so yeah, TV Tuesdays, watching the X-Files, starting, continuing with season 4, episode 1 to 3. Get it ready on 0 if you haven't already. We'll start the show in just a moment or two. But let's see, my day's been pretty okay. I guess I've been pretty normal, just running some errands and stuff like that. Nothing too out of ordinary, nothing too exciting, but yeah, just doing some errands. What else? Yeah, got a bid, got a couple of bids actually on some of the things I'm selling on eBay. So hopefully I'll get a nice price for it. I mean, you never know, right? Because like, excuse me. I mean, you want it to go for a nice price, right? You want it to go for a real nice price, but you never know. I mean, it's got what, 5 days, just under 6 days left, 5 days and 22 hours to go. So yeah, it's currently on £1.20 with 2 bids, which is pretty cool. You know, I started at bidding at £1. However it ends, I'm gonna have to honor that. But you know, you hopefully it goes for a nice price where I can get like a nice little kickback from that. But we'll see. That's a graphics card, by the way, I'm selling. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I still do plan on putting some more stuff on eBay and taking some stuff to maybe a charity shop or the recycle yard. So you might see a lot of the back things I have in the background over here. Some of the stuff you might see in the back, a lot of that might be going. You know, you might see some change over the next weeks, months. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam B in the place to be. How is ye? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream as we're getting ready to watch X-Files season 4. We heading into X-Files season 4 with Herrenvolk. This is the first episode. Start it in a little while. If you got it, get it ready on 0. We'll start it in a moment or two. Just chat for a little bit. Just chat for a little bit. So actually, I went to the shop. I wanted to buy chia seeds, and they didn't have any, which is a shame. But apparently, chia seeds are like good and stuff. So I watched a video. They were talking about chia seeds. I was like, all right, let me try some chia seeds. But they didn't have any chia seeds, so I don't get any because I didn't have any. Maybe another time. Tired as fuck, but alive. Well, it's good that you're alive. Hopefully you're not so tired that you can't make it through the stream. But if you are, I understand. Oh, speaking of tired, actually, you might appreciate this a little bit of info I found out recently as well. Coffee actually helps to boost your metabolism, and when you have a boosted metabolism, that helps with like weight control, you know, so like fat loss and stuff like that. So you know, the moment I said that, I just realized how bad that sounds. I meant it in a nice way, like just as it's good to drink coffee kind of way. I should have thought it through, I think, a bit more, but I should have thought that one through, but I meant it in a way that coffee is good. Coffee is good is what I meant to, is what I'm trying to say. Any other way that could have been interpreted, well, ignore that. You buy seeds. How about Monster Munch? Oof. I haven't had Monster Munch in ages. I do like Monster Munch. I like the, I don't remember which flavor it was. If it was the onion flavor Monster Munch? I can't remember which one it was, but I think it's onion flavor Monster Munch, where they have like that kind of like tangy kind of bite to it. I think it's onion. I really don't remember, but it's been so long, man. It's been so long. What would you say your favorite crisps are? You're saying I need to drink coffee. Not Eve. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna say no. I keyed. Yeah. I'd be drinking coffee. I'd be drinking coffee every day. Well, most days. Well, yeah, pretty much every day. But yeah, favorite crisps. I think for me, oof, that's a tough one because like there's so many good ones out there. There's so many good ones out there. I mean, of course, there's the classics, right? And I guess when it comes down to it, there's very few crisps that I wouldn't eat. You know what I mean? Like, there's very few that I wouldn't eat. But if I had to pick a favorite, oof, I think I'd have to go with like any kind of chili flavor. You know, like any kind of chili pepper flavor or chili powder flavor. You know, I think I have to go with something like that as a favorite flavor. And then maybe like the kettle chips. They're probably my favorite ones in terms of their taste. But then like Pringles do some really good ones as well. Like Pringles would bring out these flavors like the Texas barbecue, you know, is pickled onion Monster Munch. That might be the one I'm thinking of actually. Or the Seabrooks. Oh yeah, the Worcester sauce ones. Yes. But they have that like, you know, they have that kind of bite to it. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like tangy kind of bite to it. Yeah, it'd be hard to pick a favorite though, but yeah. At the moment, I'm thinking chili flavored kettle chips. Is it kettle chips? Yeah, kettle chips. So there's like kettle chips. There's other one called oh, I don't remember. Well, yeah, kettle chips. Like they do like all those big bags. But I mean, they do small ones as well. But you know, you get the big ones. Like favorite, oh, for real, man. You know when they have it coated, like, you know, sometimes like they're a bit too light with the flavoring. We buy some chips and they buy some crisps and they're just, the flavoring is just too light. Like, it's not even that it's bad or whatever. It's just too light with the flavoring. But you get ones where they don't where they don't skimp at all. They proper coat those individual crisps are proper coated with the flavoring. It's just like, give that man a raise. You know what I mean? Like, give that man a raise. Give that man a big old raise. But yeah, I got my my wicked cheat day coming up at the end of the month. I'm real looking forward to it. I feel like I've earned it. The only thing I'll say about that though is that I waited 2 months for it, right? Like I planned it kind of 2 months ahead. I'm kind of feeling like after this, I might do one once a month. You know, I feel like once a month, because 2 months, I ain't gonna lie, it's a stretch. It's a stretch. 2 months is a stretch. Going without some of these, because I like my foods, man. I like fried chicken, and I like, you know what I mean, I like all that big fatty sugary stuff. Like I know I can't eat it every day. I'm not trying to. I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I want that stuff in my life on a regular basis. So 2 months was a big stretch. So I'm gonna try and, you know, still, I committed to 2 months, so I still want to commit to that 2 months. But I think after that, I'm gonna drop it down to once, go to once a month. Have a wicked cheat day once a month. I feel like once a month, because you don't have to go like, I guess I don't have to go like all out, right? I can just get myself like a good few decent meals once a month, you know, and then rest of the month I just be reasonable. I think that's what I do after this. Get me like a big meal once a month, and then the rest of the month I'm just reasonable. Go with face with Chris. I'll eat them a lot. I won't have any for ages. Same as cereal. Yeah, I get that. I mean, crisps, I guess. I mean, you can eat them every day if you really wanted to. Like, of course you can, but I think, to be honest, after a while, you probably just get sick of them. Like, you know, we eat the same things over and over again. Like, I think crisps, especially just being the way they are, like, they taste nice and everything else, but I think if you eat them every day, like, eventually you just kind of feel a bit sick of them and just want to try something else. Like, I don't know, there's probably somebody out there that just eats crisps every day. Probably. Probably schmobably. Probably schmobably, but yeah. I think anything you do too frequently, well, maybe not anything, but most things you do too frequently, you know, you just get bored of it after a while, and it's like, you know what, I need to do something else, I need to eat something else, I need to go somewhere else. Admittedly, I don't have the best relationship with it. I eat too much, but not enough. It really do be like that though, innit? It really do be like that. It's like those days where you have literally no self-control and you just like eating everything in sight. Then there's days where you just have way too much self-control and you're not eating barely anything at all. It's trying to find that balance. Trying to find that balance. By the way, I had a latte today, and ever since then, I've just been farting. So if you hear fart noises, if I forget to mute the mic and you just hear fart noises, that's why. That's why. I don't know if it's the type of milk they use. I mean, I asked for just regular milk, but no kind of special milk, just some regular milk. But I don't know if it's like maybe the milk was gone off or something, and now it's just making me fart all day. But yeah, if I forget to mute the mic and you hear, yeah, that's why. Apologies in advance to your ears, just in case. Can't lie though, it was a nice latte though. Like it was quite nice. Even if he did use possibly use some rotten milk. It was a nice drink. It was a nice drink. I think a lot of times when you get like lattes or any kind of milk coffee, a lot of times like they don't get a ratio right. Like they either have too much milk, or you know, that kind of thing. A lot of times it's just way too much milk. But yeah, there's a few places out there where they get the ratio of milk to coffee just right. These guys, I think they got it right. They got the ratio of milk to coffee just right. So it was a nice drink, but it did make me fart a lot. So just your warning. That's your warning, just in case. Yeah, that's why I don't drink them anymore unless it's Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. Those days when you could just like be by yourself enough to worry about it, just like. All right. Let's get this show on the road. Switch over to this screen. Hit that. Hopefully y'all ready on 0, because we're about to go 3, 2, 1 play. And in 3, 2, 1 play. This is Herrenvolk. Well, we're starting off with a recap. All right, the healer guy. Yeah. So last night when I left the stream, I went to bed. Could not sleep. Got about 2 hours in. 2 hours in the end, so I might crash. Oof. Yeah, I know that's the type of tides that no amount of coffee is gonna help with. So I get it. I get it. Them ones where it's like you close your eyes for a second and open them about 20 hours later. Man, the guys who do these types of jobs though, man. Eesh. I don't get stung by a bee all the way up there. I'll probably just end up slipping off the damn thing. Oh, these boys look like trouble. Right, how many of these? All the same? Oof. Yay. Okay, these boys are... Yo, Frozen G. Frozen G in a place to be. How is ye? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream with David Duchovny on the screen. Children of the Corn vibes, right? Actually, I shouldn't say right. I ain't seen that movie yet. I have not seen that movie yet. I know the movie you're talking about, but I've not seen that movie yet. Everything dies, you know, raw. How can I watch X-Files? It's on Disney Plus if you have Disney Plus. Oh, it's the guy from Buffy. Scully just doesn't listen. Like, season just started and she's already getting knocked over. Like, damn it, man. Like, how many times is Scully gonna get knocked over or beaten up or choked out? Like, whoever made the negotiations for Gillian Anderson, they need to be fired. Like, they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna have you get knocked over and choked out and beaten up in every bloody season multiple times. Like, you're supposed to be an FBI agent and you constantly getting the shit kicked out of you. It's like, dude, come on. Used to watch X-Files years ago, yeah. No, back in the 90s. Back when I was in school. Used to watch X-Files on once a week. Talking about it the next day. Soundtrack gives me Pokemon vibes. Pokemon. Interesting. Interesting. Can't recall it. Yeah, I just remember it being on. I remember watching it. I remember like talking about it the next day with like friends at school. I mean, at this point, I'm sure I've forgotten loads about it because it's been so long. But like watching it now is almost like watching it for the first time. But I think only ever watched up to about season 8 or 9 originally. I know it took a break for a long ass time and then it came back with like 2 or 3 more seasons. Oh, alright, excuse me. I don't know, the old shows are so much better than the new ones. Well, guess it depends on what you're into. I mean, it's definitely some good new shows for sure. Like, Cobra Kai is really good. Stranger Things is excellent. This guy wasn't this tough in Buffy. Oh, comedy shows. Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, for sure. For sure. I feel like... I mean, I guess that... No, there is still some good comedy stuff out there. But, yeah, I think by and large, comedy has taken a dive. Maybe in the last 10, 15 years or so. Like, comedy has taken a massive dive. And to my mind, a big part of that is... a lot of productions just aren't really willing to commit to their comedy anymore. You know, they're not really willing to commit to their jokes anymore. Like, you have a lot of times that where I've seen where it feels like they've got a really good joke brewing, but they're just not really willing to commit to it. And perhaps that's because they're afraid of offending people, or afraid of saying the wrong thing, or whatever. But oh, we got him. But yeah, it just feels like people aren't really willing to commit to the joke to make. I'm not saying you should. I'm not, of course, I'm not saying you should just go out and be rude for the sake of being rude. I mean, it needs to be funny. I get that, but at the same time, it's like, if you're pulling your punches on your jokes, it just doesn't come. It doesn't land well, you know. Political correctness, yeah. Time has changed and people too sensitive now. At least we can still enjoy those old movie shows. Yeah, because if you watch a comedy like Airplane, like from 1983, or it was like early 80s, like that movie was hilarious. It was just funny. Like they went all out, and you just don't. And I'm not saying you gotta do. Of course, I'm not saying you should do those jokes. Of course, those jokes are old now, and you know they were funny then. Blah blah blah. But I'm just saying, like, you don't really get that willingness to just commit to the joke anymore. You know, like I feel like the last time I can remember seeing full on, you know, roll on the floor, laughing out loud comedy was maybe early 2000s, you know, with, you know, American Pie and, you know, that kind of era of films there. And ever since then, it's like, at least the ones I've seen, a lot of ones I've seen, it's like, you know, they got a few good jokes here and there, and, you know, it's humorous, whatever, but it's just not all there. Of course he's still alive. Don't tell him, Scully. At least we can still enjoy it. Also, 40 Towers, don't mention the wall. Remember that episode? Not particularly. I mean, I did watch Faulty Towers, but I mean, that would have been like years ago, like early 80s, early mid 80s. I think I was watching Faulty Towers, so yeah. Too long to remember specifics like that. Mola just left it behind. He really is a dick. Don't believe I fancy him. Yeah, Mola's like single-minded to the point where he's put Scully's well-being second. Left her with her alien killer. Germans came to the hotel and he tells them don't mention the war. but he doesn't anyway. Okay. Yeah, they had another show back in the day called LOLO. Do you remember that show? Yeah, that was a good show, man. That was so funny. You stupid woman. Couldn't do all that thing outside the box. Yeah, it's like, who is it? Hannah Gadsby described comedy as a question. She described comedy as asking a question with it's a question with a surprise answer. I can't remember exactly how she described it, or something like that. So a question with a surprise answer. Kind of a very basic way of describing it, but it's not far off, right? You know, you create a diversion, an expectation, and then surprise, right? It's something else. They're reminded now, things people don't expect. All right. Just gonna walk 10 miles like it's nothing in suits through long tall grass and office shoes. I saw people attacking Bottom because of how violent it was. I'm like, dude, that is fake. Get a grip. Bottom wasn't violent. I mean, you know, but they beat each other up a lot, hit each other with hammers and pans and nails, hammers. Oh, I said hammers already. But I mean, it wasn't violent. But yeah, it was. Bottom was so over the top, you know, with its comedy, with its just its style of humor, like the violence, the everything. It was just so over the top. Like, yeah, like it wasn't. It was so exaggerated, you know, in its approach to how they handled, like, you know, that sort of thing. Like, it's hard to think somebody thought they were trying to be serious. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to think that. But, you know. Modes are violent now, bottom is extreme violence. Yeah, it's just crazy how some people interpret things. I mean, of course, like we were saying yesterday, like, you know, people could always going to interpret things however, and you can't really help that, and it is kind of is what it is. It's their prerogative, blah blah blah. But it is mad, isn't it? Like, sound effects on tape was fake, right? Just the it's like a comic book, you know. But Bottom was one of my favorites back in the day. Used to watch that so much, like literally every week. Every week it was on, and the replays. I had the VHS cassettes. I had the clones. Yeah, I had the live shows on VHS as well. But yeah. Strange man running up to little girl. That's not creepy at all, Mulder. Yeah, Bottom was my show back in the day. Like, there's a lot of shows I watched, but Bottom for me was definitely my favorite back then. Did you ever watch the movie that Rick Mill did called Drop Dead Fred? Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. Worth watching again if you ever get time. I mean, maybe not quite must-see level, but it's a pretty good movie. But I remember watching it because Rick Mel was in it, and I thought it was like, you know, part of, you know, Bottom, and, you know, there was a New Statesman, that kind of stuff that he was doing at the time. And of course it wasn't. Nothing to do with that at all. But I remember that's what I was thinking and why I watched it. But yeah, it turned out it was just a good movie. It got remade, I think, but I haven't seen the remake. Or did it get remade? Maybe it was just a rumor. Did Drop Dead Fred get remade? No, it didn't. I think it was a rumor. Maybe they're planning on remaking it, but it doesn't look it if it actually did get remade. Speaking of Drop Dead Fred. VHS. Not fully around actually. Damn. Alright. I think at some point, yeah. Rest in peace to Rick Mail. And to the countless unnamed. The mole just kidnap a kid. Boy, this guy's a creep. Like, you out to a girl you don't know. It's like grabbing her up, so I'm your brother, and he just pulls away with him, running away. He's like, yo, that's not creepy at all. Man, no wonder our generation is so messed up. This is what watching back in the day, thinking this is normal behavior. Normal then. People are boring now. Well, ain't that the truth? Muller's doused himself with fuel. Boy, better stay away from fire. Better stay away from matches. I don't know what this guy's doing now. I think his real name's like Luke something. But I know he was in Buffy. He was also in Mortal Kombat. No, I can't remember what it's called. But not Mortal Kombat something something. Conquest. I was in Mortal Kombat Conquest. I forget his name. But I'm sure it's Luke something. Trying to find this dude. Actually, no, his stage name was Luke. His real name is Brian Thompson. Brian Earl Thompson. Oh, wait, they get him. Was that the last thing he was in? Was in an episode of NCIS Los Angeles. That was a couple of years back. Looks like he's still doing alright though. Showing up in something every few years or so. I don't look like a set piece at all. What the bees? Oh. The government's watching you. You know what? Watching this now, it's kind of like, yeah. No wonder so many people are skeptical of the government by now. Like this show set the planted the seeds for everybody being so skeptical of like the government and vaccines and everything else. We didn't realize at the time, but this is what was planting the seeds in our minds back then. Yo, what up, Jakes? Little Jake's in the place. How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream. Man, this guy does not give up. He's like the Terminator. He's been relaxing. Awesome. How's your day been? My day's been alright. Pretty normal stuff. Just running some errands, doing some things. Did a little writing as well. dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's how we do, man. It's how we do. Little Dharma. Think of a female serial killer now. Let me think. Female serial killers. I mean, there's been a few over the years. One comes to mind, but yeah, there's one. Ali Warrenels. Myra Hindley. Although I think technically Myra Hindley wasn't the killer, but yeah, she aided a lot. Come on, Eileen. Come on, Eileen. Eileen's my hero. I'm good with that. All right. Guess everybody's got nicknames now. Oof. Mr. X got shot. Shot and left for dead. Oh man. Come on, Eileen. Oh, da, 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 da. That song, Come on, Eileen. Apparently, Eileen's his sister. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Like telling people to come on your sister, like kind of a weird thing, actually. Yo, what up, Shubham? Hello there. I want to work as a thumbnail designer and video editor for you. Alright, you can do that. I mean, it's long hours with no pay and no prospects of, you know, fame. You know, there's no exposure. But if you want to, you'd be paid £0 and 0 pence. Maybe 5 people would see your work, but hey, you know, if you really want to do it, if you want the job that badly, okay. No career prospects, you know. I'd have a lot of work for you to do, but I don't really go anywhere. Where will I contact you? If you're serious about it, there's an email in my about section. But yeah, I'm not joking when I say there's no pay. Like, you will not get paid, and you will get almost no exposure. You know, I know you might be looking at the 6,000 something subscribers, but you might want to check the actual view count of the videos. Like, it's not that much. Like, I get like maybe 5-6 views per video. So no pay, no exposure. I ain't got no contacts I can pass you on to. But if you really want to do it, I'm just saying, like, yeah, you can message me, drop me an email and a thing. My day's been alright. Pretty regular stuff today. You take the credit, exactly. Oh, that's another thing as well. You won't get a credit either, because I'll probably forget to credit you in the thing. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, you're not even gonna get credit. I'll probably end up forgetting to put your name in the title or whatever, or the thingy. Just be like, labor of love, mate. I think you'd hate working for me, quite frankly. I think you'd absolutely hate it. I'm just being honest. That's a nice thing you said to me. That's Andrea. Hey, was it? Let's see her again. Yeah, she's about 15 years younger or something, but yeah. I think that is her, you know. Yeah. I think Sam left her heart in San Francisco. So you can't kill Mulder or his mother. Or maybe they want Mulder going crazy. What's he gonna do? Kill her or save her? Oh, I guess we got our answer. Caps has fallen slightly. Wow, that was the first episode, Herrenvolk. Herrenvolk, rather. Okay. Wow, that was interesting. Mulder being a creep, stealing children. Dude from Buffy saving Mulder's mother because apparently Mulder's important to the equation. Ooh, and Mr. X getting shot. Write a message right before he popped it. Scully getting beaten up again, you know. Alright, interesting. We still don't know about this Jeremiah Smith guy. We don't know much about him. He kind of ran away. I think the next episode's about the inbreds, actually. So, I think this was saying it's your favorite episode, Jacob. Home, episode 2. Just get it ready on 0. Press play in a little bit. Just gonna get it ready for now. First watch home. I had nightmares for weeks. Oof, well, hopefully we don't have nightmares for weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna be for the next. Alright, cool. Be during it as well. Oh man, I just been. Excuse me. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that guy who, I don't know if he's still there. Was it what's his name again? I forgot your name. Sorry, my bad. I don't know if he's still there. Might have gone already. But was asking me about the thumbnail job. In all seriousness, though, like, I don't know if I'd really want to take somebody on to do any kind of work for me, because if somebody was to do that kind of stuff, I would want to be able to pay them, and I can't pay. Like, so I think just based on that, I would not be taking anybody on, because I feel like it just wouldn't be a fair exchange of skills. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be doing work for me, I'll be taking advantage of that work, but you'd be getting nothing for it, because it's not like, I mean, if I was a more, maybe not big channel, but let's say I was like more, just a little bit more popular, like maybe if I was averaging a couple of hundred views per video or something like that, like say I have 300-400 views a video, I feel like at that level, maybe you still can't really afford to pay people, or you can't necessarily afford to pay people properly. But at the very least, at that level, you can maybe start talking about, okay, you might get some exposure out of it. Maybe somebody sees it, and you know, you might get some more work out of that. And then maybe it's not so bad, right? Even though exposure is kind of a dirty word in the arts world, I know, but you know, maybe it's not so bad as long as you're not taking too much from them, as long as you're not taking too much of their time. You know, they can do something for you in their spare time, and they whatever, and then, you know, whoever might see it, and they might get some more work. But I think at the level that I'm at, I just couldn't, in all good consciousness, take on anybody knowing that I can't pay them, and they're very unlikely, I should say, to, you know, gain much in terms of people seeing it. So yeah, it's probably best shit down. Long hours, no pay, no credit, and nobody sees it in the end. It's like, do you really want to do this? I don't think so. I don't think you do. I just got my my weekly progress email from Fitbit. Here's a lecture short clip about person's first wave. Oh yeah. A little bit of truth to that, methinks. A little bit of truth. That's something I heard. I think it was a comedian that said it. I really don't remember, but yeah, a little bit of truth to that, methinks. Oh wait. You can tell about a person by their first web. Yeah, I think so. You know, I mean, by the way, I don't make this clear in the video, but I wouldn't be saying that just because your first car was a crappy car, that means you're a great person. Like, plenty of arseholes be driving crappy cars too. You know what I mean? But yeah, certainly when it comes to people who have like these fancy cars as their first car, like I feel like there's a very high percentage chance that that person is just not a very nice person to be around, you know. Maybe there's a few exceptions here and there, I'm sure there is, but I feel like there's a very high chance that that person's just not a nice person to be around. They're either like a arrogant rich prick, or one of these guys who are just so focused on how they look to others that, you know, like they'll borrow money that they can't afford to pay back, you know, that type of guy. You know, if you ever lend somebody money and they don't pay it back for the longest time, but they're out flossing, you know what I mean? Like you see them on the gram, you know, partying it up in the clubs, and you're like, yo, where's that money I lent you? You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back next week. I'll pay you next week. Like 3 weeks later, they say they paid you back, but they got brand new Nikes. It's like, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna pay back. I'm gonna pay back. They don't pay you back. Now they got like a Versace necklace or something. It's like, yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? What was your first Oldsmobile? My mum had a similar belief about how someone leaves the toilet afterwards. Always pay back my debt. So you guts to, man. That's highly unlikely. You can't. Which one is? I mean, I'll tell you my first car, but what was the your mum's belief about how people leave toilets? Because I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling I'm gonna agree with it. I don't know what your mum believed, but I have a feeling that I'm gonna agree with it. But yeah, what was your mum's belief about how people leave toilets? But my very first car was a Ford Focus, and it was about 10 years old when I got it, and I think it had 2 owners before me, and it had about 80,000 miles on the clock, so it wasn't too bad on the mileage. And when I got it, it seemed it seemed like it was pretty well looked after. I got a test drive as well with the guy who I bought it from, and it seemed to be running just fine, so there's no issues and nothing like that. And yeah, it served me well for a little while. I can't lie, it did serve me well for a little while, but it did have a lot of problems. Like the bare things just went wrong with it. Like this broke, that needed fixing, this needed fixing. And in the end, it was just like, nah, just too much. It was just too much. I'm like, you know what? I'm spending way more money on repairs than I did on the damn car. Let me just stop. Let me just stop. If someone left the toilet messy, it shows they have very considered. Oh yeah, and I can definitely believe that. I can definitely believe that. Dogs grow wings and fly. I think she had a point. It tells you a great deal about a person's character. Indeed, no, I can definitely believe that. Like, you know what I hate though? Like when you go into a toilet, like, you know, like a public toilet or any kind of like toilet that's not yours or whatever, and you go in there and the person, whoever was there before, you don't see the person who was there before, but when you go in, you just can see that right away the person, whoever was there before you, left a mess, like an absolute, like if you go into a toilet at like a supermarket, for example, and like whoever was there before just left that absolute mess, and you just know that like when you walk out, if somebody comes in, if somebody sees you walking out, they're gonna think you did it. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're gonna think you did it. They're gonna think you're the one that didn't flush. You're the one that pissed on the seats or whatever. They're gonna think you did it. So it's like, man, that's a horrible position to be in, because I don't particularly want to be cleaning up other people's mess like that. But at the same time, it's like I don't really want other people to think that I did it either. You know. I know you're not supposed to care what other people think, but there's certain circumstances where it kind of weighs on my mind a little bit more than it probably should. I'm like, oh, man, the thing that I did this, jeez. Yeah. Things deserve city can't leave with it. It reflects badly on me. that people can't stand dirty toilets. For real, for real. People be wilding out there. I have I guess it's not really a rule, but something that I tend to do. Like if I walk into a toilet, like a public toilet, and if it's like a little bit of pee on the seat, you know, I might get some tissue, wipe it up, and then whatever, right? But if I look at the toilet and it's way dirty, like way dirty, I'm just gonna walk straight out. Like I'm gonna walk out before anybody sees me, because I know that I'm not gonna clean up that much mess for somebody else, and I'm not having somebody else think that I did it either. So like, if I see that now, I'm like, you know what, I'm go somewhere else. That's too much. That's too much. If it's like the person didn't flush, you can just like flush the toilet, whatever. It sucks, but it's like, it sucks that they did it, but it's like, all right, you know, it's not too bad. You can just flush the toilet. But when you look at the mess and it's just like piss everywhere, tissue everywhere, shit everywhere, like, you know, no, no, it's what we not finna do. This is what we not finna do. All right, let's get the next episode started. Hopefully y'all ready on 0. So about to start the countdown. And in 3, 2, 1, play. A bit of pee on the sea I can tolerate, but extremely dirty is like, home, yay. The episode that gave me nightmares for a week. It's what they based Wrong Turn on. It's gonna be my last episode. I'm struggling. Oof. Appreciate you sticking at this far, Sam. Big up, Sam. So here's my question though. What's the difference between inbred and incest? You know what I mean? Like, for example, this is called, they call these guys inbreds, but isn't that incest? Like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's it? Why do some families get called an inbred family, and some families get called an incestuous family? That's what I guess that's what I'm really trying to ask. Like, sometimes people call them inbred families, and sometimes they call them incestuous families. Like, what's the difference? Because doesn't inbreeding happen from incest, right? That's the same thing. That's what I'm thinking. Like, you become inbred if your family is incestuous. So why do some families get called inbred families and some families get called incestuous families? I mean, I'm sure there's probably some semantics about it somewhere, but subjects. All right, let's play some ball. Home, Pennsylvania. Man, did he say bitch? Chin music, you know. Oh, through the barbed wire. Uh-oh. Nah. I don't want it that bad. Yeah, maybe don't play baseball near the Peacock's property if you know you don't want to go there. Ish. That is awful. Hey, did you say earlier that this episode of X-Files inspired the movie Wrong Turn? Oh, no, I was just asking if it did. Peacocks freaks me out. I was just asking if this inspired Wrong Turn. I mean, maybe. Maybe not. But they both involve inbred families. Okay, probably did inspire, I think. Moses is not paying attention. Hey. I know this guy. He's in Space Above Beyond. Band no hope my ass. There is a well-known family that featured on the show called White and the Family. Oh yeah, the Wittek family. Yeah, yes, yeah. 8 generations of inbreeding. Yeah, and I've seen that video. Well, I'll see a couple of their videos they pull up on that Soft White Underbelly channel. Mark Latia. So, yeah, he's done I think about 3 or 4 videos on them. I've seen a few. kept in the fridge. Made you leave them alone. What's your guys' thoughts on that? I mean, I think the way they've done the videos on Software Underbelly seem quite respectful to my mind. That being said, yeah, you probably don't need 4 videos on them. You know, you've done like 1, maybe 2. But then again, to be fair, I think the videos are like quite far apart, like sort of 5, 6, 7 years apart. So it's not like he's, you know, milking it for all it's worth or anything. Okay, good. Oh wait, did I miss something? He barks like a dog. So bizarre. Yeah, I've seen that guy, like, he can't speak and he just barks, yeah. Damn, I think I might have missed a racist joke. Man, of all the jokes I miss, I have to go miss the racist joke. It's so unfair. Man, life sucks. Best state, yeah. But I think a lot of them don't work, so yeah. They kind of live pretty much off the grid, I think, from what I understand. I know to judge them, but it's crazy. Yo, what up, Brax? Oh, here we go. White people at Embrace. I've got the joke now. I've got the joke. So he barks and howls and bites. So really? You sure her? Oh wait, I don't. You got a brother, Sam? I don't, you have a brother? I don't think you do you? So yeah, that rules that out then. Brax Bivy and a place to bivy. How was Yivy? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream. Coming in as we're talking about inbreeding. She is white though, so who knows? At least it feels like the way we get it. Go at it. Sam and Jacob sitting in a tree. 9 months later, out comes Sophie. So we just figured out that little Jacob is Sophie's real dad. Haze needs a filter. Not gonna lie, I probably do. I probably do. I probably do. I can't deny that. Haze needs to be censored. Explains why she bites. It's the Dharma in her. Oh yeah, Jakes. Yeah, I did watch a couple of your videos, few of your videos that you posted on your channel from the football match you went to. That camera looking crisp. Like, was that the was that GoPros? I think you said you got something, but yeah, that camera quality was looking crisp. I was like, damn, maybe I do need a new camera after all. I never really thought about that kind of stuff before, because like I've just figured, you know, it's good enough. I watch one of your videos. I'm like, damn, that is crisp. And I ain't even got no 4K monitor either. I got like a regular HD monitor, like, and it was looking crisp. Like, damn, man. Like, for real, for real. So yeah, more videos to come with that thing. Oh, this sheriff hiding something. He's a sheriff in this episode. He plays a captain in Space Above and Beyond, and he's the he was also in an episode of Friends where he interviews Chandler for a job. So I guess he plays a lot of authority figures. And those more to come in the near future. Nice. That's the edit. The future ones. A little bit, just a little bit. Do a vlog thing or something. Let's having a look, man. Hey, go for it, man. More the merrier. Well, I don't know about merrier, but the more the better. The more the something. Anyway. You should be able to just find it through. There you go. Just drop a link in the. That's a link to Jake's channel. Ugh. Awesome. Imagine living in a place where people don't lock their doors. That's mad. Oh, they're gonna roll up on the sheriff, you know. So this time he wasn't so to me. I'm actually hurt. But if it's any consolation, Sam was probably searching like Jeffrey Dahmer or something and trying to find you that way. Like, nope, it's not working. Gonna happen. He gonna get them, they gonna get him. Oh, that's gonna beat him like, yo. That's mad, bro. She was looking for. I was not serious killers thinking she will stumble upon me. Oh, it's gotta be here somewhere. Oh shit, they got to. Oh, mate. Consistent. Why they kill the sheriff though? Like, he was like not bothering him at all. Ball breaker. Yeah, this guy's in charge. Of course, of course. I mean, whether you put Sam or Same, I think it works either way, really. Works either way. Right, this is a bit sometimes. This is annoying. Magic E. When I was in primary school, they showed us this video about the Magic E and how when you put an E on the end of a word, it changes the word. So it's like Magic E, tap, tape, Magic E. You know, it was like that. Magic E. And of course, one kid comes up with rap, rape, Magic E. Yeah, that was my school. That was my primary school. Kids making rape jokes in primary school. That's the school I went to. Somebody told them. Always one kid who has to take it there for real. And that kid went to my primary school and secondary school. And pretty much every place I've been, there's always one guy like that. Ain't gonna lie, sometimes that's me. Not always, but yeah, sometimes that's me. Say is the most verbose person ever who visited your channel. Most verbose person, I don't know, you know. I mean, you asked me who talks the most, really, isn't it? So, who's the biggest chatterbox? Is what I guess what you're asking me. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. New name, man. B word is fine. I prefer the C word. Carrot. Cake. Ah, well. I guess all things must come to an end. What if he gets shot in the face though? When it comes to so many unpleasant images. Unpleasant for you, maybe. I'm just saying. It's unpleasant for little Jacob, but if your name was Big Jessica, just saying. It might be a different story. Oof. Ben would be out today. Full serial killer names. He needs one. Can be Richard, the Night Stalker. Richard? I don't know. Richard is kind of a dick, so maybe that works. John Wayne Gacy, JWG. It wasn't John Wayne Gacy like the fat cow one. Like the fat clown, oh, not cow, fat clown. That one. Let's stick with Richard. I don't know who that one is, but that seems awfully harsh. Oh, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't know who Richard the Night Stalker was. I'm just saying that's gonna be better than That's got whoever it was, it's got to be better than a fat clown who abused boys. You know what I mean? Like that's. I know we're talking about serial killers, so when we say better, it's not like, you know, it's not going to be much better, but you know, the same. Oh, I think she is home. Yikes. I think that's a rich. Yep. Finally, my marriage is paying off. Gets a pass. You're damn right. I get a pass. Yeah, you guys are right about this episode, though. It is mad. The Night Stalker. Well, that makes sense. This freaking episode. Well, sounds like she's the one encouraging it. Nice Stalker. Oh, I was incarcerated. Can you believe that? Oh, I can believe that. The spine is horrendous crimes. Yeah, I can believe that. Shoot one more time, Scotty. Like a bad boy. Why do good girls like bad guys? Oof. Killed by his own trap. Serial killers are way at the extreme end of the spectrum. I mean, when you think about it, like when you hear about these girls that, you know, fall in love with serial killers in prison or whatever, right? Or send them love letters and this, that, and the other, even after what all the horrible things they've done. You gotta look on the positive side of things. You know, I think you gotta look on the positive side. Like, I mean, if even a serial killer can fall in love, then us regular folk got no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a serial killer can find somebody to love them, then we should have no problems. You know what I mean? Like, we should have no problems at all. So I'm just saying, like, when you hear stuff like that, you gotta look on the bright side. You gotta look on the bright side. Made it out. I hate people, evils are romantic at heart. Well, literally, I guess. Hey, those girls must have screws. So yeah, I'm not saying that. Of course, I mean, if you're trying to marry a serial killer, you're probably not all there. I'm just saying that if they can meet somebody, you can meet somebody, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, if there are women out there crazy enough to try and marry a serial killer, then there's got to be a woman out there crazy enough to date you. That's just all I'm saying. You know what I mean? There's somebody out there for everybody, clearly. All right, that was Home. That was an interesting episode. That was an interesting episode. They got away with it in the end. Well, kinda. One or two of them got away at least. That was mad. Last episode for today is called Teliko. Let me get this ready on 0 and start it in a moment. Crazy enough today. I mean, not like that, but you know. I appreciate you coming through, Sam. Big up to you and everything you do. Good night and hopefully see you on Thursday for the next live stream on Thursday, 8 p.m. GMT-ish, playing some more video games. Until then, I'm just saying, like, if even a serial killer can find someone to love them, then us regular folk shouldn't have too many issues. I mean, I'm not saying we're looking for the same type of women who date serial killers. I'm assuming we're not. But I'm just saying, if even they can find somebody, us regular folks should do okay. We should be able to do okay. Yeah, exactly. As a friend of mine will say, loneliness is a myth. It doesn't exist. You're not looking for them type of women, but that's the type of woman. That's problems right there. That's problems right there. Like, first of all, like, how messed up was your dating life for you to be even looking at prisons in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, how messed up have you been for you to even start looking at prisons as a possible place to meet somebody? Like, something's happened in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, something's happened. I'm not just, of course, prisoners deserve love too. I ain't saying that, but something's happened. Like, bruh. As you think, if you met a woman, would you allow her to change you? I think when you are with somebody, you kind of change anyway. Like, part of being in a relationship is growth, so you're going to have natural change anyway, and because you're with somebody, that change is going to be influenced by being with that person, right? So I feel like that is fine. Like, that kind of change is fine. It's natural, it's normal, it's to be expected. You kind of grow together, and you just, the person you was when you met isn't going to be the person you are, 5 years later, 10 years later. You're going to change as you grow together, right? So I feel like that's fine. But in terms of, like, and what has well, not happened, but what has been attempted to happen in my experience is where somebody is making, like, very specific comments on things you need to do differently, and that's where it could become a problem. Because on one hand, it's like, and by the way, I'm not talking about like just stuff that you might be doing that you could be doing better. There's nothing wrong with getting advice. There's nothing wrong with somebody pointing out that you might be doing something wrong. I don't mean that at all. That's completely separate. But I just mean, like, when it gets a bit nitpicky. You know what I mean? When things start to get a bit nitpicky, where it's just like everything you do, no matter what it is, if it's not the exact way they like it, then it's a problem, and you have to change it, and it's going to be different. Like, that's where it's like, no, because at that point it's like, it's clear that you don't like me. You just like the idea, or just the idea of being with somebody, or just the status, or, I mean, not like I've got big, I mean, like, the idea of, like, when you can say, oh, I've got a boyfriend, or I've got a, that kind of thing. You don't necessarily like me. You just like that you have somebody around, and you don't see me as a person. You kind of see me more as a project. And at that point, it's like, no, I'm not trying to be around that. I'm not. That's exhausting. It's frustrating. It's a lot of headache, a lot of unnecessary stress, and for what? Just to be with somebody that doesn't like you? Like, no, I ain't trying to do that. We're both gamers, and all women understand gaming. I think women should accept me as I am. Yeah, don't lie and nitpicking also. Maybe I'll try to mold you and see what they want. You're back to the break. Alright, cool. See you in a bit. But I guess I just entertain the crowd while little Jacob relieves his little Jacob. Oof, damn it, man. No one's here around to hear that joke. Flipping out, man. Flipping out, man. That was a good joke as well, and nobody heard it. I hope somebody sees this VOD. Let me put a marker here. Because I want to see if I could, yeah. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I think you always gotta change anyway when you're with somebody. You change naturally, and maybe like I want like for example, you like the gaming thing. Like if it's a case of like I like to play video games, and every time I play a video game, you know, she's got something to say about it. Like it's a problem every time. Like, oh, you know, yeah, that kind of thing has to. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's just long. You know what I mean? That's just long. But if it's a case of like we're together, and then over the time of us being together, I just for whatever reason, by my own accord, I stop playing games, right? Then that just is what it is. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Like, but for someone to be nitpicking at you and be moaning every time you do something, and that because they don't like it, like, nah. Because I know I'm not that type of person. Well, at least I hope I don't ever become that type of person. You know, where you're just always like nitpicking at something just because you're not gonna like everything a person does. I mean, that's the deal, right? You're not gonna like everything your partner does. Like, in fact, you probably won't like most of the things that she does, and she's probably not gonna like most of the things that you do. But that's kind of like not the point. Like, you're not supposed to like everything that they do. Like, but you understand that the things that are really important in what you do and what she does and how you come together, that's what's worth holding on to. You know, like, generally she's not your project and you're not her project. Like, you're not supposed to try and fix each other, you know. It's just coming together and and you know, building something. And you know, building something. And yeah, you're not gonna like everything. That's not the point, you know. But you try to, but you know, the important things are there, and you know, you get along and you build something that's worth building, you know. Man. All right. Last week, I made 66,120 steps last week. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Just replying to a message real quick. We'll start this new episode in a moment. This next episode in a moment. It's the last episode for the day. The last episode for the day. Watch her. Dun 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 dun. 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 Watch her. All right. Let's get this show on the road. Hopefully y'all ready on 0. So how do you rank that episode? Okay, let me answer that in a second. I'm gonna go do the countdown. So in 3, 2, 1, play. Last episode of the day, episode 3, Teliko. But home was pretty good. Like, how would I rank? I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really like to give like ranks like that, but yeah, I'd say that's a pretty solid episode. I liked the story. I liked that it wasn't so clear cut as to the mother was the victim. In the end, it was like, nah, she was kind of a part of it as well. So it wasn't so like easily resolved, you know. So yeah, I think they told a good story, and I think they did. It was a really solid episode. Pretty brutal as well, the way that dude got killed. Well, both those dudes got killed. Oh, for sure. Very brutal. Oh, this guy might have some brutality himself. Occupied, libre. Something tells me that toilet is not libre. Uh-oh. You see why I had nightmares about that episode? I mean... I guess, yeah, it's pretty brutal, but nightmares? Let me not say nothing about that. Come on, Jakes. You gotta power through it. Power through it. As a kid, I never heard of immigrant families back then. It blew my mind. Okay, no, fair enough. Oof. That's a horrible thing to see. Oh, what's the best game you have played this year? Ooh. I don't think I played a lot of games this year. I'm probably gonna go with Gears of War 5, which I'm kind of making my way through at the moment though. I haven't completed it yet. Deceive. Okay, they got different things coming on the thing. I haven't completed it yet, but I'll say that's probably making its way to being my favorite game this year. It's not a new game. It came out like a few years ago. I haven't played any new games. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, out of the games that I've played, that's probably the... Well, so far I'd say it's shaping up to be the best one. I mean, Final Fantasy VII is really good, but it's kind of pissing me off right now. I think the only game I've actually completed this year was Days Gone. Actually, no. Oh, Cyberpunk, actually. I forgot to play Cyberpunk this year. Oh. But yeah, I think I'll still say Gears 5, actually. I like Cyberpunk, but Gears 5 is a bit more stable. Cyberpunk has its quirks, but... You got Xbox, Gears, Wars, Essential Purchase. No, for sure, for sure. Gears of War, the first one's a great game. Even till this day, like, it holds up well. I played it not too long ago, actually. Man, they turned him white. You know, it's Cyberpunk. Is it worth buying? Do you on the Halo games? Excuse me. Halo games are pretty cool. But yeah, Cyberpunk is worth getting if you can get it on sale. They released an update which I haven't been able to try out, but apparently that makes it a lot more stable and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, it's worth getting if you get it on sale. I'm not sure it's worth getting at full price, to be honest. I don't think it's quite there, but supposedly the new update 2.0, if I ever get a chance to try it out, I can let you know, but as of now I haven't. But it's a solid game. It's just there's quite a lot of there's just things about it, like the dialogue just feels weird. The action sequences, like the action levels are spot on though. Like I can't fault it on the action. Like when you actually get into like the gunfights and that kind of thing, like it's spot on. The driving mechanics feels a bit clunky as well, but overall it's a pretty solid game. Like story wise, it's a solid game. Gameplay wise, it's a solid game, but just things here and there that kind of stop it from being great, in my opinion. You know. Reach. Oh yeah. That was the third one or fourth one. One of them. Cyberpunk. Still in the well, there answers your question then. Go file play game. Okay, yeah. What you have it on PlayStation? Okay, be your favorite movie this year. Oof. PlayStation, cool. Favorite movie? I don't know. Probably Ant-Man. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I haven't seen many films in the cinema this year, but that comes to mind. Even though I don't think a lot of people liked it, I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty solid. I mean, well, has its issues, but yeah, it's pretty solid. Oh, right. They cloned Tyrone, yeah. That's a good movie. That's a good movie. I like that film. I did feel like the way it kind of resolved, or parts of the ways it kind of resolved, didn't quite sit with me, but overall, yeah, that was a solid film. Get Out, yeah. It kind of had I guess I had kind of a similar kind of cultish vibe to it. The thing that didn't make sense to me, they cloned Tyrone, and spoilers for anybody watching the VOD, if anybody even watches these VODs, but there you go. You know, towards the end when he had, the clones had that words that if you say the word, this word, you can control them, right? And when he said the word to control the you know, bodyguard clone, and it's like, okay, well, why would you have the same words to control each clone? That don't make no sense at all. And how come when Kiefer Sutherland said that word earlier, the bodyguard clone wasn't under that same control? And how come when he, you know what I mean, it's like, and wouldn't he fall under that control when he says, it just didn't make any sense to me. I was like, yo, this is not adding up. The math ain't mathing on this one. It wasn't perfect, yeah. But yeah, it was a pretty, like I said, it was overall pretty solid movie. And at the end, when you find out why it's called They Clones Tyrone, it, you know, you get it. It's like, oh, okay, that's why it's called They Clone Tyrone. So yeah, I know indeed. But Jamie Foxx was really good in it, and John Boyega. Andrea, 10-15 years prior. What do you think of Oppenheimer? I haven't seen Oppenheimer actually, or Barbie actually. know, I think a few people have said that about it, actually. It's quite dialogue heavy. I don't mind the dialogue heavy film as long as the dialogue is interesting, but that could be a difficult thing to do, I think, to keep a film that is dialogue focused interesting, especially for 3 hours. That's a tricky thing to do. I guess I have to watch it to find out whether Nolan pulled it off or not. Oh, he got. Oh, he got. That length was unnecessary. Oof. Let's sleep through it. That's bus driver kind of rude. How much did he see before he fell asleep, though? Midway point, I think. Okay, so you saw an hour and a half of it. Braxton. Guess who's back? Back again. Attempt to watch it again, so I can say watch it. Okay, it's starting. Player. Player. That's cussing out names now, you know. Money. That was close. It's kind of Get Out-esque right now, actually, the way he's all like all stuck to that seat. that? He pulled a stick out of his mouth. Hey, would you still consider yourself to be a manga fan? I mean, I don't know if fan's the right word. I mean, I like anime, you know. I mean, I watch some of it. I guess I've never really just like been hardcore like that, but I mean, to me, it's like for example, I've only really read one manga, and I didn't read the whole thing. I only read like a couple of books. So yeah, I definitely can't say I'm a manga fan. But anime, I've seen quite a lot of animes. But for me, it's like it's whether it's a good film or not. Like regardless of whether it's anime or whatever, or you know, CGI or live action. You know, if it's a good movie, I'm gonna like it. So I don't really see it as being an anime fan specifically. I just like good movies, you know. And I still like good movies. I saw a really good anime. Well, not really good. It wasn't okay. Let me not overshoot it. It wasn't okay. It was called Bubbles on Netflix. I used to be hardcore, man, devotee, but yeah. So I got anymore. Nothing much. Not special. Nothing much. Well, hopefully the things that you did have still been alright. Since it's October, remember the Halloween Town franchise. Halloween Town franchise? I don't believe I know the Halloween Town franchise. Are you talking about Halloween franchise like Michael Myers? Let's go. Haven't they lost him though? This is right there. Oof. Halloween Town, some family friends films. I think there's 5 or 6. Okay. No, I don't think I know those, but alright. It's just around the corner. Yeah, Halloween's around the corner, but it's Christmas season already. That's how that works. It's Christmas season from October 1st till December 31st. it's gone fast off. Fast. Yeah, we're October now. What, 3 months to go? Well, October, November, December. Yeah, 3 months to go. Green line, they already said it. Mince pies, my local Tesco's, yeah. It's Halloween. It's Christmas season. Then when Halloween comes, it's Halloween gets like a little peek in for the day, and then it's back to Christmas season. Oh man. That reminds me, I gotta throw away some honey and mince pies in my cupboard. Do you like mince pies? Those things are horrible, man. Does anybody actually, people actually eat that? Ugh. Those things are horrible. Oof. Really? How long we got left of this? About less than 20 minutes. All right, cool. Let's try and stick it out. But I'm kind of struggling myself right now. Mince pies and custard is delectable. Custard, yeah. Mince pies, though. Ugh. I'm not even sure custard can make mince pies taste good. Like, I wouldn't waste my custard on mince pies. I wouldn't. I like custard, and custard goes with a lot of different things. I'm not sure I'd want to risk wasting my custard on a mince pie, though. Scream team, under wraps, Terra, don't look under the bed, let's go a day with vampire, maybe mince pies cold, you gotta warm it up. Oof. Never eat mince pies cold, I never eat mince pies. Hot, cold, lukewarm, nah, bun that, man, ugh. Those horror movies, Brax. Are those horror movies, Brax? His father lied to him. Disney horror family. Oh, okay. Not real horror then. Oh, he'd be hiding. How did that draw like that? GT Pet. Ugh. So what does that mean? Samuel Bow's gone, hiding in a drone. It's quite an interesting episode, but I'm just so tired right now. It's hard to kind of. I have not seen Equalizer. I've not seen any of the Equalizer movies actually. I used to watch the Equalizer back when it was like a TV show with Michael Caine though. I remember watching it. I don't remember a lot from it, but I remember it being on. Not Michael Caine, sorry, Edward Woodward. It used to be a TV show called The Equalizer with Edward Woodward. And I remember watching some of it, but I don't remember what happened. But that's the show that was based on. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo, Witches Go, Scooby-Doo, it's the Boo Brothers, Scooby-Doo, Local School, Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers, very, so all Scooby-Doo recommendations. I remember the TV show, I loved it back in the day. Yeah, I remember his name, Edward Woodward. That was such a cool name, wasn't it? Whose name was Edward Woodward. Edward Woodward. Oof. Not bad, man. Scooby-Doo, no reluctant werewolf. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have known the difference anyway, so it's all good. It's that middle-aged white dude fighting crime single-handedly. He did it though. With a cool name too, Edward Woodward. I think that was his real name, wasn't it? I'm sure that was his real name. Or was that his the actor's name? Here we go, Edward Woodward, English singer and actor. Oh, he died actually. He died in 2009. It's from Croydon. Did it convincingly, that's for sure. Yeah. The Equalizer, 1985 to 1989. Yeah, I remember watching it. I just don't remember anything that happened in it. Is anybody streaming the Equalizer TV show? Doesn't look like anybody is. Free cable. I'm surprised he died. He would be hella old now. Yeah, he was well, he was born in 1930. Yeah, 1930, died 2009. So what's that? 79 years old. It's a good goofy horror film. Detention of the Dead. What's that, just hell or something though? Like, what's the tension of the dead? Where get dead people go when they misbehave. Was my grandparents, great-grandparents' time. 1939. That was World War II. Oh, Mulder got. Yeah, he's not background music, so relaxing. I'm guessing that's the antenna effect. I mean, to be honest, I thought it sounded cool, but if it's relaxing, then hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. I just picked something that I thought sounded cool and chill. So yeah, maybe it was relax was the intended effect. So I did want something that sounded chill. So yeah, I guess that was the intended effect. So yeah, glad it relaxes you. Aunts and uncles. 1939. Oh man. Moldy Mulder. Okay, we got 6.5 minutes of this episode. We can power through it. My eyes are drooping. I don't know if you can notice. I don't have no fancy GoPro 4K camera, so you might not be able to tell. But my eyes are kind of drooping. Oh, we keep going. Oh, we keep going. Oh, he alive though. Well, he ain't sucked the skin color off nobody yet. So what happens if this guy sucks the skin color off Scully? I don't think it would do much for him. Get that gun out. Oof. Scully nearly killed an unarmed black man. Though, to be fair, he looked like a white guy, so I guess that's okay, I suppose. We almost there, boys. Just a few minutes to go. I do like this episode, but mate, it's I'm just hanging. Oh, how close was that? This is so hard. They'll end up being helpers in detention if they don't run it themselves. Over here in the US, it's called GASP. To look that up. GASP. I was like, watch this too. Is it? Okay. Alright. Obfuscate. Go on, Scully. Scully's kind of hot though. Like, I ain't even. Yeah, Scully's hot. Scully's hot. Gillian Anderson. She, I mean, I think. Well, she probably still is. Like, don't know if I've seen her or anything. Oh no, she was in the was it the Crown or something? So yeah. Gillian Anderson, she's a. Alright, I'll say you're going to Corsair. Going to Corsair for the rest of the period. Oh, like a you're in trouble type thing. Alright, that was a cool episode, man. That was a cool episode. I was just so tired trying to. I mean, I think I still understood what was going on. I don't think I missed too much, if anything, but yeah, just hanging, man, hanging. But I like the episode though. I like the episode. But let me switch over to this screen. Oof. Continue with X-Files next week with episode 4, Unruh. Unruh. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Let me look this up real quick. Gasp room. I'm just finding stuff about architecture, by the way. I'm just finding stuff about architecture. I don't think that's what you meant. Yeah, I'm just finding stuff about architecture and parks. I don't think that's what you meant. I don't think gasp room is as commonly used as you might have anticipated, Brats, because it's just all other things coming up. But anyway, it don't matter too much. It don't matter. Next live stream on Thursday. Excuse me. Thursday. Playing some more games and all that. Oof. Final Fantasy, so if you can get through, I might just use a guide with Sephiroth. I feel like I might just use a guide. You know, I kind of looked up some stuff already, to be honest with you, but I might just get a guide out and be like, yo, what do I do with this guy? Because this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. I have no shame in it. I have no shame in it. I have no shame in it. Oh man. Yeah. So before we depart ways, I don't know if anybody's interested in this. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. We'll see. But since late August, I am now approximately 6.9 kilograms lighter since August. So back in August, I was 88 kilograms, and most recent weigh-in was 80.7 kilograms. So yeah, I'm quite a bit lighter than I was in late August. I've dropped a lot of fat since then, about 7 kilograms nearly worth of fat. I am lighter since August, so yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm kind of pleased with that, because I was carrying around a lot of extra fat that I didn't really, well, I guess I knew. I mean, it wasn't a surprise. I knew, but I wasn't really doing anything about it. Well, not in any real way, but in recent weeks, well, recent sort of month really, been like, you know what, let's do something. Let's do something. Let's make some positive changes, some healthier decisions about what I eat. Because I was exercising before anyway, I just wasn't necessarily doing too well with the food side of things. So ever since I switched that up, yeah, I am down about 7 kilograms since late August. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that, quite frankly. I ain't gonna lie, quite chuffed with that. I think I did alright. I think I'm doing alright. But oh man, excuse me. I'm tired AF. Gaia, man, also you appreciate you coming through, Gaia. Mr. X-Files, but I hear you about the weight loss. Hope you feel better, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do feel good, actually. I mean, I guess, I mean, in fairness, I wasn't like gigantic before. Like I wasn't, you know, dangerously overweight before. So the difference between then and now, I think visually, even for most people, it's probably not that noticeable for most people, unless you like see me all the time, then you might notice. So I get that it's not like a massive difference or life-changing difference, but just knowing that I was carrying around all that extra you know, that's potentially leading into an unhealthy state, and that I did something about it before it got to there. Yeah, I'm kind of pleased with that. You know what I mean? I'm kind of pleased that I was able to do something. I'm like, cool. Now it's about keeping it off and staying healthy for as long as you can. But yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Gaia. Big up for coming through. Yeah, we just watched the first 3 episodes of the X-Files season 4. Next 3 episodes, that's 4, 5, and 6. Watching next week, 8 p.m. GMT. If you can make it, that'd be awesome. But the next live stream is on Thursday at 8 p.m. GMT. We're playing some video games, playing some Final Fantasy 7, and maybe something else. If you can make that, that'd be awesome. But big up for coming through. Big up to you. Whether you can stay for a little bit or stay for a lot of bits, I appreciate it. But yeah, I am tired AF. So I'm gonna go relieve myself in the lavatory. I'm gonna put a little food in my belly, just a little bit of food, just a little bit. And I'm gonna lay my head down with my eyes closed. So that's my plan for the next little bit. So guys, you have been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. And until whenever, if ever.